Hello everyone, my name is Mayza Tanaya. You may call me Eza, and I am a student at UIN Syarif Hidayatullah Jakarta that are currently majoring in Department of English Education. So, in today's video, I will present to you an article summary that is consist of 10 article. So, here is the list of the articles. So the summary is consists of the content, benefits, strengths, and the weaknesses. So this 10 article is connected through the main focus that is EFL learning. So some of the article is focused on emotional experiences by the learners, while the other is offering a practical solution or tools or approach that are mostly is a technology based. So altogether from the article is reflect how language learning in today's learning process must balance in emotional support, engagement strategies, and technology. So we can move to the first article. So the first one is EFL students challenges and solution during and after the pandemic, a 4-year study in an academic writing class. So it is authored by Listiani, and the study explores the challenge that is faced by EFL students in an academic writing class during and after the COVID-19 pandemic. So it provides a long-term insight on how academic writing classes can respond into a crisis situation. And for the strengths, this article is offering a depth and in-depth analysis into a 4-year span study that can giving it a strong credibility and a relevance, while the weakness is only relies on self-reported data from a single setting class. So it may limiting the generalizability from the findings. And then move to the second article. The title is Engagement Dynamic in a Speaking Task. Insight from Survey, Brainwaves, and Interviews in a Thai EFL Context. So this article is authored by Jeffrey Dawala Wilang and Itipon Fongkau. So this study used surveys, interviews, and EEG monitoring, aka electroencephalogram, if I'm not mistaken. So it monitor the understanding how FL students can engage in speaking tasks cognitively and emotionally. So it gives teachers new insights into what keeps students engaged during speaking activities. And the strength is this article is using multimodal approach, which they use three methods that are quantitative, qualitative, and neurophysiological, aka which is the EEG one, which can strengthen the data validity. And the weakness is the sample size is small and context specific that may affect the broader applicability of the results. And then for the third article is Advancing Literary Interpretation via Critical Reading Proficiency, a sustainable EFL framework for Generation Z. So this article presents a critical reading framework for helping Generation Z, aka Gen Z, in EFL that are EFL students in to interpret literature more deeply and independently. So it supports the development of analytical reading skills that are tailored into a modern learners. And the strength that is it introducing a forward-thinking and generation-sensitive framework that are grounded in recent pedagogical theory. And the weaknesses is this article is lack of empirical testing or classroom interpretation that is proposed to support the framework. And the fourth one is potential and challenges of using ChatGPT in language learning in language learning, EFL learners' perception. So this article is examine the EFL learners' perceptions of ChatGPT that are showing both excitement and concerns about the use and about the ChatGPT's use in language learning. So it helps teachers to understand how AI tools like ChatGPT might support or hinder language learning. The strength from this article is the article discusses a timely and highly relevant issues in EFL that are contribute to emerging field, while the weakness is lack of objective performance data and relies heavily on students' perceptions. So it's only, like the title says, it's only limited into a student perception or learner's perception. And then the fifth one is the impact of using YouTube on EFL learners at University of Pisa. So this article is authored by Asma F. Al-Harti, and this article is investigates how platforms like YouTube can support language learning, particularly in improving listening, pronunciation, and motivation. So it shows how everyday digital tools can be educational when integrated properly. So this article for the strength is offering a real-world application and connects with digital learning that are trends in today's society, while the weakness is it lacks in detailed analysis of what type of video or content that that is used by the learners, which can weaken the depth of the findings from this article. And move to the sixth one is motivational benefits of translanguaging for EFL learners. So this article is authored by Hatim Masoudi. This article is exploring how allowing students to use both English and their first language can enhance confidence and reduce anxiety. So it promotes a more inclusive and emotionally supportive learning environment. So the strength is this article is theoretically rich and offering a compelling argument for inclusive multilingual pedagogy. And the weakness is this article is lack of experimental data or measurable outcomes to support the findings or the motivational claims from this article. And then we move to the seventh article. It's EFL students' experiences of burnout in the third semester academic year, the role of enjoyment and growth. So this article is authored by Sana Al-Mutlaq and Ziad M. Al-Saleh. The study is exploring how enjoyment and perseverance help students to learn together or work together or cope with academic burnout in an intense academic year. So it encourages educators to pay attention to students' emotional well-being alongside academic success. The strength from this article is it explores and under-researched issues like emotional health in intensive academic settings with useful psychological variables. While the weakness is the article doesn't include long-term follow-up data to evaluate the enjoyment and grade that the effect to last. The lasting effects from the enjoyment and grade. And the eighth one is evaluating the effectiveness of high diploma in teachers education program at the University of Jordanas that is perceived by EFL students teachers. So this article is authored by Sahar Yaqub, Arij Youssef, and Hebah M. This article evaluates an EFL teachers training program that is based on a feedback from students teacher that shows or highlight the areas of success and needed improvement. It provides useful recommendation for improving teacher education in EFL. The strength is this article is provides structured evaluation with clear categories while also offering a practical implication for curriculum developers, while the weakness is the findings are solely based on participant perception and doesn't measure a real-world teaching outcomes from this article. And the ninth one is the role of Blackboard in improving EFL writing. Perceptions of Saudi instructor and students. So this article is authored by Bandar M. Al-Sarari and Talal Farhan Al-Ruwaili. So this article explores how Blackboard tools like feedback, assignment, and discussion can help improve students' performance. So it shows how digital platforms can enhance writing instruction, especially in blended learning. And the strengths from this article is the article presents comprehensive and practical observation from both teacher and student's perspective, while the weakness is the scope is narrow. So it's because it's only one platform without comparing the alternative for blended learning. And the last article is Vietnamese intermediate level EFL students' perception of the effects of instructors' use of persuasive graphic organizer on speaking performance. So it's authored by Pat H. Nguyen and Puong Nam Thi Nguyen. So this article looking at how tools like mind maps and visual graphic can help EFL students organize thoughts and speak more confidently. So it offers a low-cost visual strategy for improving speaking skills in the classroom. And the strength from this article is the article uses a clear classroom-based design with measurable students response, while the weakness it's only a focus on narrow topic that is persuasive speaking only, that may limiting the broader application from the article, from the finding especially. So that are the summary from the 10th article. I hope the summary can help you to grouping the insight or the content from the article that I already showed. I hope you guys can enjoy this video. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.